Hi, everybody. The purpose of this short video is to tell you how to get involved in research in the Department of Psychological Science at NKU. So Northern Kentucky University really values student research, and I can tell you that our department is no different than any other department at the university, where faculty are very excited to work one-on-one with students. But from the student side, it may be a little daunting to figure out, how do I get started, right? So I'm gonna give you a couple tips in this short video on how to get started. And if you have more questions after you watch this video, then just contact me directly and I'll help you navigate the process. The why of getting involved in student research is so many reasons. It could be just that you want to get to know the faculty member better. It could be that you want to understand the process of science. How do we discover this new knowledge that we teach you in classes? How are the experiments done? How do we gather information so that we get to the point where we're telling students, this is how the world works? You know, where do we get these assertions from? But also it could be practical things. You want to have a reference letter from a faculty member for graduate school. Well, it's really easy if you work one-on-one with a faculty member for that faculty member to write a very detailed reference about you. And then also it's practical in the sense that you might want to have skills that you put on your resume. And certainly a research experience one-on-one with a faculty member will provide you with a big list of skills that are really useful to employers, like data analysis, designing experiments, gathering information. The list goes on. And once you've worked one-on-one with a faculty member, you can generate that list with the help of the faculty member. So they can tell you what specifically you learned and why that would be useful to put on a resume to communicate with employers or future employers. Okay, so if you're interested, this is how you get started. Okay, so the first thing you would want to do is probably get ready for the experience. And usually that means you've taken Introduction to Psychology or Psychology 100, and then you've also probably taken research methods. Research methods and lab psychology 210 really gets you ready to do research. It tells you about the process, it tells you about ethics, it tells you everything you need to know to do this research process. And so once you've taken research methods, you know if you want to pursue research one-on-one with a faculty member. So if you've taken research methods, you've probably also taken a couple of other psychology classes and you're ready to get started. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to show you the psychology department website. So we're going to go to the website here. I'm on the psychology department website, and you might have recognized this website. You might have looked for information here for various things. But if you want to get started in research, probably what you want to do is navigate to the left-hand side and find the faculty and staff, click on that link, and then click full-time faculty. When you do that, you're going to see the list of all the full-time faculty members for our department, and you probably recognize a lot of them. Why I ask you to go here is that every faculty member in our department has expertise in a specific area of psychology. And so I'm just going to look at the first two faculty members on the list by alphabetical order and kind of explain where this information matters. Okay, so here we have Dr. Barget and we have Dr. Bartlett. Okay, now Dr. Barget and Dr. Bartlett do very different areas of research. And how you know this is you can click on the bio link. So it gives a description. So Dr. Barget is a neuroscientist. You probably might have even taken a class with him on biopsychology. So if you're interested in the brain and how the brain works, and you're interested in research tied to behavioral neuroscience, then maybe Dr. Barget is the person you reach out to, and you ask if he has any research opportunities for you. By contrast, Dr. Bartlett, if you click on her bio, or if you've taken a class with her, you know that she teaches lifespan development. That's her area of expertise. So if you are interested in any aspect of lifespan development, anything having to do with all aspects of lifespan, like anything from career planning to any developmental psychology topic, you would maybe reach out to her. And what you would probably notice is that there's more than one faculty member with an area of expertise in our department, because we're really fortunate. We have a very large department, and so we have a lot of different faculty members. And so you can go through the list and you would notice, for example, Dr. Barget and Dr. Yates. At the bottom of the list, going to the end of the list here, Dr. Yates, they both do neuroscience research. Dr. Graff, which is in the middle of the list, and Dr. Bartlett, both do lifespan development research. And I'm not going to go through the list of every single faculty member. All you need to do is go on the faculty page here for the full-time faculty and then click on the bios of the faculty members to find out what they tend to do research on. Then you have to think about yourself. What would you be interested in doing research on? What aspects, when you did research methods, did you find interesting? Or when you were doing other courses, what did you find interesting? And maybe when you took career planning, which of course you took at the same time as research methods, you sort of had some ideas about what your career will look like. And I'm sure the professors who taught career planning emphasized that, you know, what sort of experiences would help you navigate the next steps for that career. And so, you know, for example, if you're interested in counseling, you might want to do some research that's related to that. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. Once you've identified an area that you want to do research in, then you can reach out to those faculty members. And a very nicely worded email that describes who you are and why you're interested in engaging in research and why you are reaching out to that faculty member in particular. Say you write an email to Dr. Barget and you say, I took research methods, I really like research, I took biopsychology, and I really do think I'm interested in doing research related to neuroscience. You can then ask for a meeting with that faculty member to talk more. And what you can learn from that process is that the faculty member may be excited to have that conversation and may be really interested in mentoring you in research. It could also be you get a negative response. So, and don't take it personally, just sometimes some faculty members are on sabbatical, so they're not teaching in the near future, and so they wouldn't be taking any students in research, or they may be already mentoring a whole bunch of students in research and they can't take another student at this time. So there's lots of reasons why you might get a negative response. Don't take it personally. Just, you know, keep working through the list of faculty members of areas that you find interesting, and that will help you find somebody to hopefully mentor you in research. Another thing I would mention to you is that many faculty members had the same experience I did. And what they did is they, like me, if I use my experience, I was an undergraduate student. I took a class with a faculty member. I just liked the class. It wasn't anything more than just I liked the class. So I reached out to the faculty member and I said, you know, I'd really like to do some research in your lab. I didn't even really know what kind of research the faculty member did. I just kind of liked the way he taught a class. And so I got involved in research. And the research that I did as an undergraduate was nothing like what research I did as a graduate student. And in fact, is nothing like the research program I have now. So what I learned through that process, and many faculty members will tell you the same thing, is that the skills you learn in being involved in research apply to all research areas. So the project that you do as your first research project may not be tied to the career that you eventually end up being in, but that's totally okay. You're learning all kinds of things. You've got skills to put on your resume, and you'll really just have a fun experience. You'll really get to know the faculty member, how they think, how they make decisions, how they try to discover things, and it's just really a fun process. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm Dr. Marczinski. I'm the department chair. That's an easy way. If you get a little confused about this process, just reach out to me and I will help you get started. You can also talk to your advisor. So all of you have advising meetings every semester. And when you're having that advising meeting, ask about doing student research. It's a great way to get involved. It's called a high impact practice because students who do research tend to really excel as a student. So I encourage you to think about it. You can also do internships, co-ops, go study abroad. There's lots of ways to get involved in outside of the classroom experiences that really enhance your college experience. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, everybody.